Perfect. Okay. So here's the outline for the test. I'll post this to Schoology as well. So this scan, I'll put it under test number 2 as a file attachment. But just so you guys know what to expect, no graphing or scientific calculator allowed. So it's non-calc test. If you want a 4-function calculator, we have here some here in this ASC. If you take it there, there'll be some there as well. Test will be Thursday. If you do have ASC accommodations, do take it there. Mainly because I won't be here, and so just avoid any confusion with the sub. And I think your sub is Mr. Ban. He'll be your sub that day. So the test will already be in test formation. So I'll move the test will be in test formation. So I'll make sure that's all taken care of tomorrow afternoon. But anyhow, yeah. So do expect no graphic calculator, no scientific calculator, but you can use a 4-function calculator. I will provide a blank unit circle if you want to use one. So I'll attach it to the test and you can just sort of rip it off. Or may also have as a loose thing if you guys want that. So you can do that and look like this, but obviously I won't give you a filled out unit circle. No formulas provided. So I mean, it's not really many formulas anyway. Like you should know that y equals a times sine bracket b parentheses x minus h plus k. I mean, you should know that. The transformations, but we haven't really been doing too many formulas anyway. Next unit we will, and some I probably will wind up providing. Like you guys remember double angle or some difference formulas? You guys remember those formulas? No. Oh, okay. Okay, I should talk to Mr. Band to find out what you guys covered. All right. Now the questions I'm going to ask, not going to be terribly mysterious about it, except for the last question. The last question is a bit of a mystery. Okay. So there's going to be 3 graphing questions. So I'll give you either a sine, cosine, or tangent. I'm not going to say which one, but expect one of those 3. A sine, cosine, or tangent equation. You got it, bro? For the transformations. And I'll keep it pretty.
Not like the homework quiz?
That was a little much. That was a little much. Yeah, that was a little much. Yeah. But it'll be like a y equals -4 times sine x minus pi plus 2, something like that. I don't know. And of course, we'll ask you like, hey, what's the amplitude? What's the vertical shift? Domain, range, all those fun things, right? So you have that. Then you kind of rinse and repeat for the second and third items. So I'm going to ask you to graph cosecant, secant, or cotangent, not all 3, but one of those 3. I'm not going to say which one, but it could be one of those 3. So, and again, not like the homework quiz, that's a little much. I'll keep it a little more tame. Okay. And there'll be some transformations with that as well. And domain range, all that fun stuff, right? The third one, I will ask you to graph an inverse trig. Again, I'm not going to say which one. It could be any of the 6. It could be inverse sine, inverse cosine, inverse secant. You'll find out. Domain range, I'll ask that as well. And I'll do a slight transformation. Not a heavy transformation, but a very slight transformation. So do expect those 3. And these are all things from the homework, by the way. These are all things we have from the homework. I think what I might wind up doing, probably as we're doing some work, I might put the question numbers from the homework next to these items. So oh yeah, this is like number 5 from the homework, number 10 from the homework. So I think what I'll do, I should have done this, well, I didn't have enough time because I've been so busy. But maybe the margins, I'll put like question numbers that what question numbers they pull into the homework packet. So like, for example, like where do we graph sine, cosine, or tangent, right? If I go to the homework packet, which should be right here. More problem sets. Why I'm opening Word. Great. I just slowed down my computer. Awesome. All right, let me just open up the PDF. That's faster. So I thought. Yeah, so where did we graph sine, cosine, tangent? We definitely did 30 through 35, right? And tangent we did with 45 and 49 and 45, 47, 49. So I'll put those question numbers next to that bullet point item. So you know what to look at. And if you feel like, cool, I've got this, great. You're good. So I'll do that for each of these items while you guys are doing some work today. Okay, the next 3. Writing the equation of sine, cosine from a graph. So I'll give you a graph that looks like a sine wave or a cosine wave. I'm going to ask you to write both. And I will have some very specific conditions like, oh, when A is negative and H is positive, or something like that. We had that as a homework. Remember, I asked you guys to do that. Maybe we had a homework quiz, I can't remember, maybe not, I don't remember, but, Zay,
So when H is positive, then that means it's X minus H, right?
correct, right.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to do both, sine and cosine. And then we're gonna do the same thing for a cosine and secant graph. Actually, the last problem in the notes, which we didn't quite get to, I wanted to talk about that today, so just so you see how that looks. I'm gonna do the same thing for a tangent graph, and I'll also rise a cotangent as well. So that's gonna be the first 6 problems. Well, maybe not order, but those will be 6 problems for sure. And as long as you got a good handle of this, I mean, each of these problems should take about 3 or 4 minutes, right? As long as you have a good handle, what to do in practice, you got mastery and practice it. There's no surprises, right? I mean, and again, I'm not gonna do that crazy homework quiz with like the secant, like y is on the same side as x, all that crazy stuff. I'm gonna keep it pretty tame in that regard. Okay, solving two equations, which we did recently. I'm gonna ask one question there. Yeah, it'll be like just one question and give me the specific solution. I'd say, I don't know, like 4 times sine of 2x minus, I don't know. I can't think of one right now off the top of my head, but with some that will involve unit circle, right? So you find the answer from unit circle, give the general solution, and then give me like maybe the 4th negative solution, something like that, or maybe the 5th positive solution. So we have something like that. I don't think I'll do multiple parts because this is it's going to have to be a pretty meaty test. This one might have multiple parts though. Evaluate trig functions. So I might expect some composites, like I might say, hey, give me the inverse secant of cotangent of pi over 3. Something like that. I don't know. Again, I just made that up. I don't know if that works out. But I'll be unit circle stuff. So expect some of that stuff. Simplified trig expressions, also expect that as well. So those problems would correlate to like here, 52. 52 is exactly what I'm talking about, right? That's like, a composite of an inverse of the regular trig function. So regular trig function, that's what REG stands for, regular trig functions. So combination of regular and inverse trig functions. And then expressions. Notice how like 71 through 76 are all expressions. So something like that. I'll have a question like that there. So you have that. And then one mystery question. I'm not going to say what the mystery question is. You'll find out. I know. Boo me. So, and the point values, I haven't decided what the point values is, but they'll be roughly the same as the other one. I mean, it's arbitrary because it's the same weight as all the other tests. I mean, if I want to, I can make this worth 1,000,000 points and make every question worth 1,000 points. I could do something crazy like that, but but I'll make sure that the point values make sense. So that's going to be what to expect from the test. Okay, now how to prepare for the test, what you guys should do. I trust you guys have done a great job with notes. I mean, of course, if you need to go back and watch a video lesson, they're all there in Schoology. So if you want to audit your notes, it's usually a good idea. Like go through your notes, make sure everything makes sense. Anything you're confused about, hey, like from like maybe part 2 of the notes, maybe it's a specific example that, wait, I don't understand like what Mr. E did there. You just go to Schoology, go click on the YouTube playlist, and you could totally rewatch parts of that video that you need to. So if you want to do that, they have that as a resource. But this homework problem set, we haven't done all the problems in here, right? We've done the majority, but not all of them. So I posted this to Schoology. Circle problems are ones we have not done for homework, or not have for homework. Do those for review. So we didn't do 11 or 13. We didn't do 21. We didn't do 27 or 28. If you want more problems with graphing, we haven't done 30 yet. We haven't done those problems that are circled, right? If you're looking for evaluating stuff, we haven't done 51. 54B we haven't done yet. We haven't done some of these other ones here, right? So there's not a whole bunch, but there's a few. Solving trig equations, because I didn't give a homework on that. So maybe you might want to do that. That might be good. 87, right? I was going to ask that, right? Write an equation, find 2 equations, one tangent, one cotangent of a graph. I said we're going to have that. I did cross off 88 as well as 84 through 86 because this is non-calculator. So don't worry about those. If you're looking for more practice, here's yet even more. Now, our test is not multiple choice, and our test is actually non-calc. So number 1 would require a calculator, I suppose. Or you could leave it as a radical and then check the choice to see which one makes sense.
I cross off ones that are not relevant to us. Like there's some of the vectors. We're not doing vectors right now. We will eventually. That one's obviously very easy. You have a whole bunch of other ones here that are just good, like fundamental practice. Obviously, some of these will require a calculator, so you'd have to use a calculator. Obviously, these are non-calc, so maybe do these. There's more graphing. That's good to do. That's a good one. Find which graph matches with that. Likewise, again here, sketching a cycle of all these. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a great practice problem. Writing the equation of a sine from a graph. 10, you need a calculator to do that one, but it's still good practice regardless. And the answers are in 11. We haven't done 11. We will do that in the next unit, so you might want to skip. I should have crossed 11 off. It's a great problem though. Answers are right here, so you have that as practice as well. And I think that is pretty much it. I think that's all I wanted to say about the test. Okay, so it's 1 hour long, just like all the other tests. So hopefully that all makes sense. Let's just wrap up just a last part of the notes because I know I didn't quite get to the last problem. I just want to do that, and the rest of the class is just doing practice. And if you need to have your devices out to see which problems I circled in red in the homework packet, you could do that. That's fine. So let's finish off the notes. I also put some practice problems on the walls outside. Those are writable walls. I'm going to take pictures of those and upload those images to Schoology. And those are extra problems you can do as well. So you're going to have lots of practice to do. So there's still even more practice. Okay, just to wrap up the notes, and I'll let you guys get to work. Okay, this one right here. Because we were a little rushed yesterday, right? So how would I write an equation of this? And I'm going to add a little twist to this. I want your A to be negative, and I want your H to be negative. Okay, we're gonna have a little twist to that. Okay, first off, let's draw this. Okay, let's do it as a cosecant as our first one. So generally speaking, y equals a times cosecant bracket b x minus h plus k. Okay, that formula I'm not providing, but you should know that, right? It's the only formula that you need to really use on this test, right? Okay. Let's write as a sine, or think of it as a sine graph first. So if I do that, that would probably start over here, right? Would you agree that's a sine curve? With a negative h value and negative a value, right? Okay. So what's your a? Perfect. What's your h? -4. It'll be x plus 4. After you plug in, it'll be x plus 4.
Well, because you subtracted it in the original thing, so it's
So-
negative now.
Right. So it'll be x plus 4 eventually. You look confused. Okay, so h is gonna be -4 because I'm telling you h be negative. But when you plug into the formula, it'll be x plus 4. That's exactly what Grace said. But it's okay. All right. No worries. What's k? Nothing. 0. And the period, how long is the period? Pi 4. Thank you, Kieran. Awesome. Okay. You put it all together. And that's your answer. So if you have a good handle of this, you'll do this pretty quickly, right? Okay. And then as a sine graph, -2, secant, sorry, it's a secant graph. Okay. But do it as a cosine graph is going to look like this, right? what's my h value here? So I put x plus 2. That's all. So that's okay. All right. All right, so that closes the loop on that. So I think I'm now done talking to you guys. I'm going to give you guys lots of time to do work. In fact, actually, you guys have about 40. We got what time? 1:25? Yeah. So nearly 40 minutes.